Kajabi's big mistake and what happened next. How a company handles their mistakes tells us a lot about them. We'll go into what happened, how they reacted, and what it shows us about them as a company. First, let's talk about mistakes. Why do we hate them so much? I mean, it's how we learn, isn't it? But it's common to really hate making mistakes, especially if it's in front of a lot of people. Did it start in school where mistakes become a permanent record that will haunt us for the rest of our lives? Remember how that glaring typo on the first page of your report on the ice caps melting dropped your GPA just enough to keep you from getting that scholarship and having the career of your dreams? Why? Actually, why don't schools grade us on how well we learn from our mistakes, instead of on how many we make? Doesn't fear of mistakes lead us to be more timid and defensive around mistakes, rather than bold and creative? It's a common reaction for a person in the wrong to deny and make counter-accusations. When a person is caught in the wrong, an innocent question such as, "Has anyone seen my cupcake? I left it here on the counter," can quickly turn to, "I never saw it, you're always forgetting where you put things, you need to be more careful." In a low-trust environment, people are more concerned about watching their back than they are about moving forward to where they want to go. For many companies out there, when confronted with mistakes, they also have a tendency to deny and make counter-accusations. They don't want to be held liable for anything, and they don't want a mistake to make them look bad or hurt their bottom line. Better to put the blame elsewhere or deny it even happened. The problem is, this kind of policy leaves the customer out in the cold. When a company comes back with an attitude of, "You don't like it? You should have made better choices." Even if they are right, it's not helpful. And if we rely on their product to run our business, like it or not, they are one of our partners in the business. If they go down, we go down, at least temporarily. We want to know they have our backs. The last thing you want to hear in a situation like that is, "It's not my problem." If a company reacts this way, you can bet they won't be there for you when the chips are down. They will be too busy making sure none of it gets blamed on them to worry about how to help you deal with the crisis. By the way, this is true not only for when things go wrong, but also for when you're trying to figure out how to do something new. Are they there to help us or to blame us for not knowing? Are we bothering them, or are they looking forward to hearing from us? In a low-level customer care business, when you contact customer support, there is very little responsiveness. You submit a form or send an email and then wait. When the response finally comes back, it's just a link to a section in their operator's manual, and they expect you to figure it out on your own. In high-level customer care businesses, they give you 24/7 support, and when you ask a question, they respond right away to help you find the answer and are even willing to walk you through it step by step. That shows that they are invested in you. They want you to succeed. When you win, they win, and it really is a partnership. So let's talk about an actual event. This happened last week at a major online business platform company called Kajabi. They have a really good reputation for their high-level customer care. The main negative point people have about Kajabi is how expensive it is. This enables them to give that high-level support. With 24/7 chat support and a professed commitment to the success of their entrepreneurial customers, they are generally well loved by their user base, but last week they made a big mistake. They rolled out an update to the checkout pages, and it started confusing people. It didn't affect everyone poorly, but some Kajabi users saw their conversions instantly dropping. The worst part was that the users weren't expecting this, so they didn't know how to help the customers make sense of it. Of course, it was easy to point out the blame. Kajabi did not properly test it out before the rollout, and they didn't give the users a heads up. Customer support sent out a response that they had beta tested it, and it was intended to improve a much requested point on the checkout page. But hey, at this point, it didn't really matter what they were trying to fix or how. What mattered was the expensive and elaborate rollout was getting attention, and not the right kind. A bit later, on the same day of the rollout, Kajabi showed its true colors. The president and co-founder, Jonathan Cronstedt, who goes by J-Cron, reached out to the 22,000 user group on Facebook and admitted, "Today we missed." Here's a screenshot of his message if you want to read it, and I'll put a link below where you can check it out as well. Even though Kajabi had done a ton of research and testing, when some customers said it wasn't good for them, he rolled it all back the very same day and invited anyone who lost money because of it to contact him personally, and he would make things right. That's the kind of partner you want on your side. To me, it was an impressive level of coherence with Kajabi's message. Everything we do starts with your story and ends with your success. The way J-Cron stood up to take responsibility and fix the mistake as soon as possible, no matter the cost, left me feeling good about Kajabi. So what does this big mistake show us about Kajabi? Do they hate making mistakes? Probably. They try all they can to avoid them, but when they do happen, like they did last week, Kajabi listens and responds right away, and the top-level leadership steps up to personally deal with any repercussions. This shows by their actions that Kajabi consider what's best for you first, because they understand that this is best for them in the long run. In other words, they view you as a partner in their business as well. If you have an online business or are thinking about it, consider how you could use a partner like Kajabi on your side. If you'd like to check them out, I'll put a couple of links below. Thanks for your support, it means the world to me. Let me know if you liked this, and stay tuned for more up-to-date info and tips by subscribing. Stay stealthy out there, Ninja Warriors. Ninja Warriors. This is where a papash like Kartra steps in. My all-time favorite papash. This is where a protobra. You've got your papashes and your protobras.